you know. Period. Because you know, you don't need to know anymore. Game over. You may have heard thousands and thousands and thousands of stories and non-duality and whatever has come through your search or whatever. And so it's understood. It is understood. It's already heard. It doesn't need to be heard anymore. You learned what you needed to learn, which was nothing, obviously, but it's just like that, a snap. It's too simple. It's realized already. You are already free. You've always decided, not decided, done things, not done things. And all that has always been what you wanted, every single moment. Always been exactly what you wanted. This is what you want. This. Asking a question, if a question pops up, is what you want. Then I would suggest you do see, the magic is no one can snap you out of it because there's nothing to snap out of. But so long as it's believed, as it's wanted to snap out of something, then that's the experience. There's something missing, something not complete, something blah, blah, blah. And so give it to me. Like, give it to me. Say it. Because honestly, I can snap you out if you really want it. No, you don't need me to snap you out because you're already free, you know. But really, it's just like that. No judgment. Just say what the fuck is on your mind or not on your mind. It's too easy. Just go for it. Or if whatever you want to share, whatever, it doesn't matter. See, everything is energy, and energy plays up as, you know, Max, Karen, Esther, Dan, Raf, blah, 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 everyone. So if what you think to be you is energy, what I think is energy, your thoughts are energy, everything is energy, how could energy not just snap out? There is nothing to snap out, don't get me wrong, but so long as it's believed. I mean, you've been listening to the message for how long? Really? Water, whatever, how long? It's still here. There isn't anyone. So go for it. Fucking go for it.
Okay, how about this? I just I get like really high on hope, like excited about a
Okay.
future that is not this. So maybe that is this too.
It is this too. It doesn't need to change. Not wrong.
But it's coming from a place of not this, of wanting something else.
Mm-hmm. So what do you want?
Not this.
Just that, not this. Okay.
Something better.
Uh-huh.
Everything to be better.
Because
Everything.
this is not enough.
Well, it could always be better. It could always be more aesthetic. It would always be more beautiful. It would always be more pleasurable.
Mm-hmm.
So of course I want something else.
Mm-hmm. But isn't that always what you've been doing anyway? Already. Pleasurable, enjoyable. And it's always been this. Of course, the hope hides it. Because I got it and I lost it. But it's always been this. You've never not had anything that you didn't want. Really. By wanting, I don't mean wanting something else. I mean, wanting something else is this, is what's going on. Hope isn't wrong. It's just unnecessary. What could hope bring you that you don't already have?
Well, hope is a direction.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. So you want no direction, but there are no directions already. It's always been like that. Nothing needs to change. Not even that.
That's annoying.
Why?
Because there's just so much energy inside me that feels like it's pushing towards something changing.
Well, you are this energy. It's not inside of you. You are that. But you're everything else as well. And you want everything else. So there's energy spent on, something else. But that something else is you, because you are everything. It's not conceivable with the mind. But it's known already. Not mentally so, just what's missing? What have you ever missed? Ever? Nothing.
I don't know. I bet there were some festivals this summer I could have gone to and didn't. That's something missed right there.
Sorry, go again?
I said, I bet there were some good festivals I could have gone to this summer and I didn't. Therefore, that's something missed.
Right. Because that would have been better. And so my life sucks because I didn't go to the fucking festival. And I'm gonna fester that around because it's not enough. That's what you want. Of course, I don't. Of course, I wouldn't want that either. Who does? And it's never enough. Still, you've never missed never enough. Never. Come on, what else?
Can I share something?
Of course.
So, of course, we talk about a story right now, but lately, this sense of separation of me, I kind of played out very strongly, and depression happened, and a lot of despair and restlessness. And the thing is, I used to pray. I mean, in the story, I used to pray to God saying, please get me rid of me, replace me with you, something like that. And during that moment of total depression, I realized that actually there is no one to help. Whatever is going on right now is just going on, and who I would pray to, you know. So so, but it even got worse, you know, in the realization that there is actually no one to help. And this, if it's there, it's there, you know. This despair, it's there, this restlessness is there. So there is nothing that can be done about it. And it's wow, nothing to do.
Nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. I would say though, despair never has to be there, ever. It can come up, don't get me wrong, but never has to be there. If it's there, it's there. See, the idea I can't do anything about it is not true. There is no one doing the doing or not doing about it. Yes, you hear what I'm saying? But just like that. That's what you want. It's that simple. I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you should. I'm saying it's just old, kind of old stories playing up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. It never needs to be there. It's unnecessary.
And nothing can be done. No, nothing.
Sorry?
Who would do anything?
No one. It's doing on its own. What's the noise? Sorry.
They may be in their car or something.
Yeah, maybe in the car or something. Yeah. You there, Karen?
Yes, they're just passing by, but they're gone now.
Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah, this is what is happening, and that's it. Totally helpless and hopeless, and yeah.
End of story.
End of story.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening and for allowing, I mean, this space to be a space where we can just kind of share our bullshit here, you know, bullshit story, and yeah, but yeah,
Pleasure.
he's
Pleasure.
just storytelling, in fact,
Yeah, it is.
because nothing is
it
happening to anyone. So
no. Nothing. Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
thank you.
It's kind of very interesting, this whole nothing is happening. Because really nothing is happening, but everything is happening at the same time. Like it's both. And so it's easy to hear that nothing is happening as in, oh yeah, fine, cool, whatever. But then if like a story plays up, like you said, I mean, story plays up, you know, it's life. But really, nothing is happening. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So it's also fine not to want that to be there. Nothing needs to change. And gone. Whether it goes on its own or it's like, oh yeah, whatever, stop. Let me put it another way. Stop. Right there. Stop it. Whatever it is, stop it. Period. There's no how to stop it. There's no how to decide anything. There's no how not to decide anything. There's no how to anything. You just boom. Everything works on its own, including stop it. It's not advice I'm giving, it's not a technique I'm giving, by the way, right? I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just pointing out, really, stop it. That's all. If you have enough, you'll stop it. Just like that. So whether it's said, right, that happens, no one is doing it, and it stops on its own, it's the very same I'm saying, I'm stopping it. There's just no one saying that. There's no being in there. In there. No entity, no consciousness, no whatever. It's this. But if no one came with the explanation that there is no one, who would have come to know there is no one? I mean, who cares? Who the fuck cares? Like, how is that important? Really, it's just like saying you are already free. If I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, yeah, you can. But thinking you can't do this is being free. To think you can't do it. That's it. These words never need to be heard. What I said never needed to be heard, never needed to anything. It's just what was said. If we had never been taught that we were someone, would we even think about it? Exactly. Exactly. If we had never been taught that we were someone, would we even think about it? Who says there is a such? What's that? Everything is simply, even the so-called bad, what I don't want, but I want to change. There's something else that I want to happen. I mean, everything is you. Everything is God. You are God. Like literally. Just not as a concept, not what you think to be God. Because what you think to be God is what you think to be God. And I bet my two hands that everyone here, or almost everyone here, would imagine God as in either something religious, or if not something religious, that if there is a God, there is separation. It's not what I'm saying. Everything, this life, everything is just a fucking miracle. Everything. You never missed a thing. Never. Of course not. And you don't want to miss a thing. I'm not going to sing it, but the sweetest dream we never do, really. The sweetest dream never does. Doesn't come close to life, the dream.
But the dream is part of life, no?
But the dream is?
Is part of life.
The dream is life.
So
I would say the dream is life. Life is a dream. There is no life as a real thing.
it's a dream of this apparent 3D, or dream of any other thing is anything conceptual, not apparently in the 3D in front of me, is the same thing. Surely.
I didn't catch what you said, sorry. Can you repeat that, please? No, sorry.
I said, surely the 3D, anything that's manifested in the 3D is the same. So you're saying like, oh, this is it, and like, oh, you know, reality and shit.
Right, so
But
3D
then, like,
for you means something. There's a real 3D to manifest something, but everything is manifestation itself.
okay, but do you feel like there isn't, do you literally feel like there is no separation? There is no difference between like a glass of water and like this imaginary glass of wine that I'm holding in this other hand?
Nice.
Is there no difference?
No. But of course, I know that one is what could be considered to be real and the other imaginary. Considered. But no, there is no difference.
The wine is real, the water is illusion.
There you go.
Thanks, Leighton. Max is useless. Doesn't get it.
Yeah. So you've got a glass of water, right? And then suddenly you want a glass of wine. I mean, fucking have a glass of wine.
Don't tempt me.
Isn't that what you've always done? Does that make sense? And then if you can't have a glass of wine, it's the end of my life. Really? I mean, really? I've missed it. I've missed everything. Really? Have you?
I mean, it's just a bit disappointing.
What is?
Having water instead of wine.
Okay. Then have wine. You're convinced that whatever you do is not enough. You're afraid. You're so scared to not experience something that you'll focus on experiencing everything, which of course is completely impossible. That does not mean you cannot experience what you want. It's always what you've done. And that's manifestation happening. Like literally what you think is in that way is absolutely your reality all the time. It's never not been like that. But on top of that, you've tried to make it something because you're afraid. You're so scared. I'm not judging, I'm just saying you're so scared to not feel, maybe, to not experience, to miss on something. That's the end of my life. And I don't want to feel this. So ergo, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something else. Restless. Restlessly. But you've never not felt. Never. Now that fear is not real. It's never been real. Because if fear was real, as a real thing, my fear, then it wouldn't be fear anymore. We would be called something else. It's called fear because it's the other side of hope, really, in a way, if that makes sense. So I'm hopeful because I don't want to feel that fear. But if there is fear, you have no fucking choice. It's there. But it's just not real. You, as in what you believe to be the separate you, is the fear. You are the fear. But it's impossible because you are everything. In other words, there is no one. Not an idea of no one. Not a no one that you can feel. No one. Ergo, you have always been free. And you never needed to hear that. Never. Because you've always known. It's just a mirror, a reflection. I don't know that to be a true thing. It's just what's coming out. But on the spur of the moment, it's known. completely it's undoubted.
How could anything be known though? I mean, even in that moment,
Nothing.
that moment when you say something and you know it to be true, but it
Because it's
can't.
big, because it's not me that knows. It's just what's coming out. There isn't a separate entity to know anything, ergo there is no knowing. In the sense, knowledge, the thing that's true, the thing that holds here. It's just undoubted. But it doesn't mean anything at all. Nothing means anything. And then you could look at it the other way around. Everything means something. Whatever. Of course. It's still just fucking concepts, ideas. Your hope is hopeless, useless. But guess what? So is your fear. They're not yours anyway to begin with. It's just what's happening. That's the knowing I'm talking about. If there's fear, you know there's fear. At the moment you say I'm afraid, it's already gone actually. No one to have, like Karen said, no one. Really. And it's not about the words, by the way. It's just words. Like, who cares what I'm saying, really?
I've been asking the question lately, what is this I that I call myself? It was really funny because that I couldn't find anything.
Ah,
There is nothing. It's there is no substance of this I. There is no even ideas. It's just ideas. It's owned by no one. So this I is completely nothing. And even the realization of that is like, who found that there was no one there? You know, it's also nothing. Nobody found that. And it's kind of
sorry, yeah.
no, it's just obviousness of it, you know. There is no one knowing that there is no one.
No. But it's known. That makes sense.
But it's known, yes. Yeah.
It's the dream catching itself to be a dream. I am the dream, literally. that does not mean that needs to change. Like that's maybe a misunderstanding as well. I am a dream. Oh, okay, so I need to realize I'm a dream. Well, no, what will realize you're a dream? You're a dream, period. Yeah, thanks, Karen.
Yeah, so this I is absent, yet appearing to be present. We use I everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but
I,
it's
you,
just
them, and yeah.
it's just a word actually. Because if you really ask the question, what is this I? There is nothing, and that's it. So everything that is linked to this I, my life, my fear, myself, it's also nothing. It's just appearance, nothing at all.
Yeah. Yes.
I would say those are labels in a story.
You can say that, yeah. Yeah. Everything is then in that way a label in a story. Everything is a story, period. Like that's what it is. A concept, an idea. And there's no getting out of it. It's just realizing, really. That's why I'm saying it's not about realizing there is no one. It's not about anything, but it's certainly not realizing there is no one or nothing happening or that there are no things and stuff like that. You know, I mean, if those words resonate, if that great, boom, end of story, period, perfect. It's not what I'm saying. It's not about that. Then it becomes the goal for the seeker. If I realize it, I'm free. But how is that being free? Having to realize something. I mean, like, there is nothing to realize, period. And any so-called realization through life, if that makes sense, as in, I don't know, I want to live somewhere else, I want to whatever, you know, but it's just what's happening. Like it's life, you know. It's always been like that. Once again, I mean, it's so yeah. That's just life is freaking amazing. It's hard to say, it really is. Like it's. I'm not sorry to say. I mean, it's just. It's sensational. See, if there's no one, then that body, let's say, with all its thoughts and ideas and blah 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 blah, does what it does without, I don't know, a filter really. And so what's the whole being, if you will, it's just being. It's just being. And that includes absolutely everything. That being does what it does freely. So then what suffering would we be talking about? That said, suffering, I mean, sadness can appear, anything can appear, even stress, even, you know. Was nervous tonight, go figure. Well, I mean, the story, I know why, but not the point here, but not like nervous, but you know, like, oh, okay. Storytelling. What the fuck am I gonna do about it? Gonna turn it into wine. Imaginary. And we're not sure I could, yeah. But so, yeah, I mean, what suffering are we talking about, really? There's no one to feel it, and there's just there's only everything, guys. Seriously. Only everything. Nothing more. Nothing less. Just everything.
Hey, Max, I used to get butterflies when the fear came up. I would feel the butterflies in the stomach, and I sure don't miss them anymore.
Yeah, I hear you.
Don't miss them.
Yeah, well, it's things like that. You could say go away. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm saying there's no suffering anymore. It's just, but then again, something like what seems to happen to Karen can happen anytime. But the thing is, you're free to do what you want. You're free to, let's say, build life as you want it, really. You don't even need to care about it. Do you know what I mean? That's being God. Everything that happens is what you want. It's just there's no separate you to want it. So you could say you're the wanting itself. Yeah, that works. So I don't know that. It's just blah, blah, blah. But I know that. I don't know what. So I know nothing. I know, period. Now, if I know I am everything, literally everything, it's inconceivable. It's just, there's no one. It's just, that's why I am everything. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, if I am everything, and I know, then you know too. Duh. That's why nothing else needs to be known. Nothing needs to be known. That never needed to be heard. But it was heard, so it never needs to be heard again. And if you think it needs to be heard again, if you think there's still seeking, if you think it's just what you think, and because it's what you think, it's not true, because it's what you think. It's just a thought. So what is true? Nothing. So what's missing? Nothing. I see through you. Of course, because I am you, because you are me, because I am everything. Simple, really. It's that simple. It's exactly as I say it. So I see through you, because there is no one. So of course, it's just obvious. That's why I give it to me. Say something. Or not, it's fine, but I am is the victim of, its own story. So that happens to me, it's not there. And so then comes a message where I say, well, everything is simply what's happening. And I'm like, no. But that happens to me, that happens, yeah, but it's simply what's happening. Yeah, but no, but that's not enough. So you've got an answer and it's not enough. Because I want something else. And so again, I am the victim. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, just pointing out something here. It's just pointing out something which is absolutely nothing. There is no one, but there are seven apparent. That's why seriously, radical non-duality has become so freaking boring, in my humble opinion. No offense to anyone. But it's become a new search for people. There's no one, there's nothing happening. And some people really believe there is nothing happening, but it's not what's being said. So if someone believes there's nothing happening, it's someone that believes it. There goes separation. There you go. I got something. I know something. But no one knows anything. You just know. Because you are knowing. But it's not knowing something. You are knowing something is I am separate. I have something which I hold on to. But everything simply happens. And that's known. Boom. It's not a secret. In that way, there is no secret at all. Because it's known. That this is it. But the very seeking, the very looping around, this veils the whole beauty of everything, really. I can say, ever since there was a so-called shift, life has become much better. Yeah. There's almost no suffering anymore. Yeah, true. There is, but it's just what's happening, right? Like, and it's just, life is just like, how is that? How is this at all possible? This all. How can I do the things I do? How can you do the things you do? How is that, whatever that is? How is that even possible? Yet you do it. This just, wow. Right, storytelling. I've always thought, no, sorry, I've always known that I literally see through people. Like it's, but I also feel like everything, people feel like everything. It's always been crystal clear for me. And I never wanted it. Because it's fucking painful. That's how it was perceived for decades. And then it goes with a lot of fucking thoughts, and then I want to help, and then I feel I have to help. I have a responsibility, and at the end of the day, I want to help myself, and boom, victim story. Does that make sense? That pure victim story. And so that's what I experienced. Of course, it's what I believed, right? But then, much later, just the whole nothing happening and blah blah blah. Then it's bullshit. I don't see through people. Dream crushed in a way, because as much as I hated it, I also loved it. That made me very special. Me, separate entity. I'm so special, right? But guess what? It has never changed. I've always done that. I just forgot that for a while. My best gifts. Because it's this whole fucking unique thing that we'll call a body that does it. And it's all it wants to do. So fucking let it want to do. It's a fucking pet. It's not me. It's a fucking pet. It's not my pet. It's just no one, nothing. So it does what it wants. with no fucking holding back. Now, of course, what I'm saying is a story, but that's how it's experienced here, basically. There is only experience. Just experience has another side. It's completely empty too. And that empty side scares me. Not me personally, I mean, scares me, separate entity. Because I don't want to feel, or I don't want not to feel. So to avoid that fear, I'll do anything. I'll look for something else. Because it's empty. It can't mean nothing. Oh yes, it does. That's the fucking freedom. So experience is full and empty. There is no one, but there's apparently someone. Apparently. Everything is just a dream. So there's you, there's me, and everyone else. Fuck, there's no one. Fuck off, there's no one. As an idea. It's not serving you. Fuck off, there's nothing happening. It's not fucking serving you. This life. What? Esther?
Nothing.
Okay. Cool. Exactly, by the way. Spot on.
Finally got it.
What do you want to get?
Well, you just said that you don't experience much suffering, so I'm on board that train.
Maybe I shouldn't say that. Gives hope. It's not harming it.
Well, yeah. It does.
I'm saying suffering. Suffering may be a bad word, forget it.
Look,
You see,
however you phrase it. Okay, sorry.
No, go on.
I'm just saying, however you phrase it, that sounds better than this. That's all I'm saying. So you're over here telling me, oh, you're always looking for something better. Nothing needs to change. But
I go. Okay, I go. I have something special which you don't. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. Quite. You're very welcome, Elizabeth. That's cool. That's nice to be blown away, huh? Right, so sorry, Esther. Right, so I have something special which you don't. Guru. Something like that. The guy knows something, he's so special. And so I'm saying, seeing through people is just what I do. And the words pour out about themselves. It's just what this body does. It's unique because, and no one can do it. No one else can do it like that because it's only mean that way, as in that way, right? It's obvious, just like no one else can do what you do. And it's not like there's a better or worse, it's just, but people think there must be something special to life for me to be fulfilled, but it doesn't. And so in that way, it's not special at all. I've always done that. And I've hated it my fucking whole life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I would have wished that upon no one to see through people like that, just to start to listen to what fucking, I don't know, experienced shrinks would say and think like, my God, I'm so much better than you are. Just like that. Seriously, that was fucking pain, because if I think about it on them, how could anyone help me? Boom, victim story. See what I mean? Victim story, victim story, victim story. Who the fuck is a victim? You do not exist. Everything you've always done has just been what's happening. You've always been free. Except you have an idea of what freedom should look like. Never missing a fucking festival, right? Something like that.
Mm.
And so, sadness, blah, blah, blah. No one can do Esther better than Esther, the same way no one can do Max better than Max, apparently. Exactly. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Thanks, Raf. Exactly. Simple as that. See, there's no one to help, but the very reason I do that is to help people, of course. But it's seen through that there isn't anyone. So why the fuck not? There's just freedom appearing. Me being me, you being you. Whatever that means. And I have honestly no fucking idea what that means. But as it said, it's not doubted because it is what is said. And because it is what is said, it is true on the spur of the moment. Just as it said, it's so immediate that it's undoubtable. It's this. No separation. You are the word that's being said. You are the thought that's being thought. You are this. This. There's never been any fucking separation. Who the fuck knows what is separation? Like it takes an idea of what separation is to think you know what separation is. But if you think you know what separation is, you don't know what separation is because you think that you know. That's why I'm saying I know, period. If I know, so do you. You just think you don't. It's just a thought. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a thought and never needs to come back because it's just a thought. But guess what? If that thought does come back again, it really fucking doesn't matter because it's just a thought. But it never needs to come back because it's already gone. So it won't come back because it's already gone. That never needed to be heard because it's already heard. Because you have always been free. Because no one can free you because you are already free. These words are perfect because they are what they are. They are what's being said. That's what is. It's not special. It's just words. But they are fucking magic because everything is fucking magic as it is. Even the fucking fear. But you're right, fear doesn't need to be there. Never. Nothing needs to be there. but it's not like you can choose it actually, just like that. But if you think there's a way to get rid of it, you're going to look at ways to get rid of it. You're going to feel the fear. You're going to feel the blah, blah, blah. That's going to be your experience. And then it goes on and on and on and on, maybe for fucking decades, because you're looking for something. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's already gone. Already. There's nothing wrong with longing for something. It's just longing for something. Sometimes I fucking long for sex. I don't give two shits because it's just what's happening. Sometimes I fucking long for, I don't know, let me spin cigarettes again. Oops. You know, tough shit. Because you believe that this longing means something, but it's a belief, it's what you believe. And so it's what you, because it's what you believe, it's what you experience, but it's a belief, not true. But everything is simply what you believe in. So that's what you're experiencing. This very belief, whatever it is what you experience. So if, well, Esther, you believe this is not enough, which is the case for everyone, by the way, or almost everyone here anyway. And so, well, I need, shut up, Siri. And so I need something else, like, oh no, but that's what you experience. Because that's what you believe. And you're stuck in that loop. Now, I'm not saying you can do something to get rid of that belief. I'm saying it's just a belief. A belief is a thought in which you place value, you could say. Just a description, but a belief is a thought in which you place value. You don't need to do that because really it's just a thought. I mean, and a thought isn't real, solid. Anything else, anyone? We good?
Thanks, Max.
Thanks, guys. I had fun.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Max.
Bye-bye.
Max, 11h30 demain pour ton heure, hein, ça te va?
Ouais, c'est bon.
Cool.
Cool.
Bisous.
Bisous, Raph.